It was simply too hot at home, so there was only one solution to that problem. I had to go to the beach, obviously. It's like 10 a.m, so I got here quite early, and that's what I preferably like to do, get here on the earliest train, and then I usually go home around like 3-ish, and that seems to be like the perfect day. I am so happy and content now I'm here. There's just like this feeling of happiness. No other place matches this feeling. I'm gonna crochet and read. I brought this, I haven't started it yet. And then my crochet project, I really struggled to get on with it yesterday. I think I wasn't concentrating and I had to frog a lot of the rows, so I wasn't actually making that much progress. But this is where I'm at. So the way that I've constructed the skirt is it's made out of like 5 different sections, and I'm currently on section 3. So I'm now making like the filet crochet section, which is pretty good because I can pretty much just kind of switch off and follow the instructions rather than having to think about construction and stuff like that. I'm back home. I'm already in my gym clothes because I'm gonna quickly go to the gym this evening as well. I literally had the best time like ever, and I think I'm gonna go back tomorrow. It was just so nice, and also like how many nice warm days like that are we gonna get this year? Probably not that many. So yeah, I'm gonna go again. I have to figure out what projects I'm gonna bring with me tomorrow because this skirt is pretty much almost finished. It would have been finished if I hadn't made so many mistakes, and I have made some other mistakes that by the end I couldn't be asked to fix. Like some of the flower patterns are not correct, which actually you can't tell, which is pretty good because I considered frogging some of it, and then I just thought, you know what, absolutely not. Oh yeah, you can see it here at the bottom. It's just, I couldn't be asked anymore. And I think like you're gonna see it moving around when I'm wearing it anyway, so you can't tell. I just have to do one more section, which I think I'll do tonight. Then this is finished and I can figure out what other project to bring with me, because this did at times break my brain, and I kind of hope that this project wouldn't do that, because when I'm out in public and stuff, I found it really hard to concentrate on like fixing problems. I'm low-key stressing because I didn't manage to finish the skirt yesterday. I've got about like 5 rows left. I realised last night that it would be quite handy to take some photos in this, and ideally I like to do that whilst it's still empty, and I think I have about maybe an hour if I'm lucky without it getting too busy. So I have to really hurry up and finish this so I can get some pictures. I mean, I can take pictures at any time, it's just how much of an audience do I realistically want? Ideally none, really. So yeah, I'm gonna try and like super quickly finish this. I just keep finding some annoying mistakes, and I do want to fix them in the moment just because I would like to have this pattern tested soon, and if I don't fix my mistakes I'm gonna have to make another version myself to just double check all my measurements, all my numbers and stuff correctly. And yeah, it's just kind of made me fall behind a little bit, but I should be fine now. I should be able to just finish this. I finished it. Oh my god, these stones are literally such a hazard. Yeah, I finished it, and even though the numbers are slightly different, it turned out pretty much the same, if not even better. I love it so much, and I was able to get some pictures of it as well, which is pretty nice. I hope you can hear me because the sea is pretty loud. The only thing that I brought with me to work on today is some more cotton yarn. This time this is the Sistrina Green cotton yarn, and I'm gonna make some swatches for the wrap skirt that I mentioned that I want to make for my holiday. I have some screenshots of like stitch patterns that I want to do, so I don't think I'll be able to finish like the whole skirt. Maybe I won't even start it, but at least I have some swatches that I can then like decide from. Oftentimes I have an idea in my head head, in execution, it turns out very differently. I want to swatch a few things and see if I like any of them. Hello, I'm embarrassed to say that it has been a while since I picked the camera up. I don't know what happened. Well, I think a lot of things happened. I just haven't got around to filming, and yeah, thought today it would be a good time to pick the camera back up and, I don't know, show you some of my project updates. I just had to go back into my footage and track back to what I was saying last time that I filmed. I basically put the wrap skirt on hold to basically make that project when I'm on holiday, because I think it would be a fun project to do like when I'm at the beach and stuff, and then also I can hopefully wear it at some point in my holiday. And instead I wanted to focus on my knit scooty, which I think I shared some of the process of in the previous knit vlog. I just really want to get the pattern out sort of in time for the crochet scooty anniversary. I feel like in my head that would just be really satisfying, which means that I really need to tech edit and test my pattern like quite soon. The whole process of making the knit scooty has been interesting. It's been very difficult and frustrating, and I've kind of gone round and round in circles trying to problem solve certain issues that I was having, to the point where I had to make some compromises, which I'm quite happy about now. I have a lot of contrasting opinions in my head, just kind of like combating each other. One of the thoughts that I was having is, why would anyone knit a scooty if the crochet pattern is fairly easy? Like, it's a simple project to crochet, and anyone who can knit, surely you would just teach yourself how to crochet. I don't know if that's ignorant as someone who does both, but that's just kind of what I was thinking. So I made the knit scooty slightly different. The pattern itself, like the stitch pattern, pretty much as close, or probably the closest I will ever get it to match the crochet scooty. So in that sense, it is very similar. However, I'm not going to do a scarf. We are doing just like a balaclava closed thing here. After I made my first square that I was really happy with, I realized that with all the floats and all the inside, this wouldn't work as a scarf. I mean it could, but I personally didn't feel that confident about it. And so yeah, we're just gonna go balaclava vibes instead. I just had the thought that maybe the front here is too wide. But then I thought if I make it tighter, we might lose a bit of width at the back. I don't know. So what I'm going to try now, and this is going to be so different to the crochet one, is I'm going to basically knit around the edge and make room for like a cord to go through, so you can tighten it if you want to, so you can make it like this. If that doesn't work, then that's fine. I will just redo the scarf here and reduce the stitch amount at the front. But I think this is pretty cute. I also tonight have a booking for an outdoor cinema. The weather isn't that great. It's kind of drizzling rain, but I think I'm still gonna go. And if it's like unbearable, I can just come home. But I think it would be good for me to leave the house. And for that, I am working on a crochet scooty. So it's very scooty vibes. I've really in this video gone from peak summertime to just the depths of winter. But yeah, I am prepping for the scooty season, and I really cannot wait to release this pattern, even if people are not interested in knitting it and will just crochet instead. For me, this has been an insane technical achievement. I'm impressed with my perseverance for this. I've combined so many different stitches that I've learned for this into my own sort of stitch pattern. For me, there was almost no option to give up, because the thought of being able to release a knit version of the same pattern a year later is just so unnecessarily dramatic, but it's just so satisfying to me. The like edge around it is a bit frayed out, but I think once I put the cord through, it will like pull in a little bit more, and I actually love it. I think I can tell this bit's just too long, like it kind of needs to be half that size, but I'm gonna do the cord and feed it through here, and then we'll see. I think I'm gonna just do an eye cord, if that's not too much effort. I also thought about like doing a braid, but I think that would be a bit too thick. off to meet my friend Sai at the pub because I have not left the house today yet. I skipped the gym because I realised I had so much editing to do. I was trying to get ahead of my uploading schedule for when I'm on holiday so I don't have to edit when I'm on holiday. So I was able to edit and schedule 2 videos today, which is really good. But that does mean, yeah, that it is now 20/7 and I have yet to leave the house, get fresh air. So I was actually going to start my Scooty pattern, which is very, very sweet. So I'm going to bring them my 4mm hook and kind of give them a head start. And then in the meantime, I want to also try and cast on a second version of the knit Scooty. I don't know if I'm going to call it a knit Scooty. I'm still deciding whether I'll give it a different name. I feel really, really bad because I didn't share anything about this, but I also worked on a little Kindle cover literally over the last couple nights just because I didn't want to cast on the knit Scooty quite yet because I really need to like concentrate on that, and I'd also be writing things down. And I've been trying to, in the evenings at least, work on projects that I don't have to use my laptop for because I've really been struggling to like fall asleep, and I think it's just because I'm working too late in the evening. So I realised that when I'm on holiday I don't have a cover for my Kindle, so I crocheted this cover. It's kind of like a combination of stitch patterns that I swatched, and then I kind of made my own stitch pattern out of that. I basically wanted something that's like thick enough to be a bit more robust. I might still add like some fabric inside to line it because obviously the sand and stuff could still come through, but I at least wanted the crochet bit to be like sturdy. So I kind of double layered some of the stitches to just create like a bit more, I don't know, protection, I guess, for my Kindle. And then I've made 2 loops here and I still need to add some buttons, but then I'll basically like button it up. I'll try and do that tomorrow so I can show you the finished result of that. Time for me to add some buttons onto this Kindle cover, and I've made 2 spaces for it here. So I've just gone through my massive collection. I do have this bag full of buttons, but I think they're all just ever so slightly too small. And then I originally thought about doing a darker, like a brown button. I feel like this combo kind of gives like a mid-century vibe. But then I also have red and yellow buttons, which obviously match the colours. But then any of the buttons that I'm looking at, I just don't want to separate them from their group. Like this is the perfect amount to add onto like one cardigan. So I don't know if I want to break these ones. The same kind of goes for these, but they're more generic, I guess. And then I also have these Sustrine green ones, but I think the colours of this one is just a bit too much with the colours of the cover already. So I think I will go for these. I think they'll look really nice. Buttons are on. I do think they look very cute, especially with the red cotton thread through there. So now I can pop my Kindle in there and all I need to do is button them up. And now it's nice and secure. I don't think I'm going to have time or can really be asked to put a lining in there, but at least it's protected from like harsh falls and stuff like that. I'll obviously just have to make sure that like no sand and stuff gets in there. Yeah, that was a very cute, fun little project. Let me show you the knit Scooty. The reason why I'm considering renaming it is that it technically isn't a Scooty. To me, Scooty means scarf and hood. This one doesn't have a scarf. As I mentioned before, this section I think is too wide. I kind of wanted to only stick out like that much. So I'm currently working on a second version, which once that is done, I can have the pattern tech edited and then I can open a test call to have it tested. But I'm gonna make the changes to the scarf in my second one, but let me show you how it looks when you put it on. So it basically looks pretty much the same from the side as the crochet one. Obviously you then just have like this area around it, and I like how loose it is. I have a hood very similar to this that I got from Sustrine Green and I wear it all the time, and this fit is very similar to that. Also these like little eye cords, so cute, so you can really get snug. You can just kind of see here now that I would like to shave a little bit of this front section. I'm very chuffed with this. It took a long time to get to this point, and I will have to now think about what to call this, because like, full transparency, for marketing and SEO purposes, calling this a Scooty would be the best option, because when people Google just Scooty, my pattern comes up first thing, and like my website does. So if I call this something different, it might just not come up in the searches, but it just somehow feels really wrong to call it a Scooty when it like technically isn't. Like, it is kind of a balaclava. So whether I can do a spin on the Scooty and balaclava in some way, I'll have a few more weeks to think about that, but very pleased with this turnout. And then just quickly as a reference as well, I made this brown and black crochet Scooty. So we have the knit one next to the crochet one, and actually in terms of texture they vary quite a lot. So the crochet one is quite sort of thick and sturdy, whereas this one is a lot more flexible, a lot softer, and I think it's obviously just the nature of the crochet stitches sit a lot tighter than like the knit stitches do. I don't know if you can already tell from like the way they move and bounce, but from like the pattern they look pretty similar. And then obviously the crochet one just has the scarf instead of the like hooded section. It keeps raining on and off, like really strongly, and I hate to say it, but it's making me feel really cozy, and I don't actually want it to stop raining. Like, every time it starts raining, I'm just looking out the window like, I'm not even joking, this whole packing situation is stressing me the hell out. I just generally hate packing, but I have not packed for a 2-week holiday ever as an adult. I've never been on a 2-week holiday as an adult, so I just don't know what to pack. I did like the majority of my clothes yesterday, but there's still not everything in there that I want to bring, and my suitcase is pretty much full. And then I was kind of panic packing everything yesterday, just in case there were things that I needed or that I wanted when I was there, because again, 2 weeks is a long time. What if I get bored? So now I'm running out of space, and I'm worried that I'm overpacking and that I can't actually bring anything back with me. Like, I couldn't make a single purchase out there. That's very unrealistic. Like, I'm gonna buy things when I'm there. So I just went to Green before it shut, literally half an hour before it shut, because I was running out of this colour yarn for the project that I do want to work on when I'm there. You remember the wrap skirt that I was attempting to make when I was at the beach? This is like some of the yarn from that. I'm gonna make it when I'm on holiday. That's one of the plans that I have. So yeah, I got all the extra yarn for that. I'm also bringing this colour cotton yarn. I'm hoping to make I forgot what it's called, but the new net hat pattern by Loopy Studio. I'm hoping to make it with this yarn. It's thicker than the yarn that is recommended for the pattern, but I'm sure I can make some adjustments. That reminds me, I need to pack some beads as well. I'm gonna write that down. I just don't really ever have to think further ahead than like a week for my projects, and usually I can buy yarn when I'm out and about. I won't be able to, so I'm just really trying to like think ahead of what I might need when I'm there. I'm also just bringing this red yarn because it's quite fun, and then all I'm bringing is a 2mm hook. I did consider bringing my knit kit, but actually now the yarn that I'm bringing, I won't really need it. I also had to narrow down my book selection from 5 books I was going to bring to only 2, and then I'm bringing my Kindle as well because I just can't fit all of those books in my suitcase. And then I'm now like thinking as well, that's really unrealistic. Like, am I really gonna read 5 books plus the books that I have on my Kindle? Probably not. If I do read more than that, then at least I have my Kindle to download more books. We're flying tomorrow morning, and I'm just really putting it off having to deal with the suitcase situation. I've cleaned the house, I've tidied the house somewhat-ish. I swear I am looking forward to this holiday. It's just a stress head. I don't know why I'm ruining this situation for myself. I know once I'm there we'll be fine, and like, why would I be getting bored? There's things to get on with, but I think I'm very used to like constantly occupying myself. Like, I don't get bored because I'm always able to entertain myself, but that's because I have all of my things near me. I'm gonna pack the rest. I'm gonna put everything to the front door. It's ready when the taxi comes tomorrow morning. And yeah, I'm gonna film while I'm on holiday a little bit, mainly focusing on like the projects and stuff that I'll work on, and maybe some like reading updates yeah, whatever I get up to that's interesting, I guess I'll film and share with you. I don't know how this video turned out. It's a very chaotic collection of days that I filmed, but I hope it was somewhat enjoyable, somewhat interesting, entertaining. Thank you as always so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful September, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.